So we come to the last of the plate quarterfinals. It's win or bust, of course. It's knockout, and this is Canada against Tonga. These teams haven't met yet in the World Cup seasons, but Canada, well, they had wins over the USA and Georgia. And, well, for Tonga, they've done well, really. Reaching the plate quarter-final with 6 debuts in their squad. And here they come then. Canada with 3 in the starting lineup from the Rugby World Cups of 2009. Sean Duke and Phil Mack and Kieran Hearn. And Tonga here, well, look out for the captain, Kilifi Latu and Saya Pele. Those are the ones who've got any really experience, and that's only in 6-7 series. The one survivor of Rugby World Cup 709 is Saya Pele. Well, this Tonga side of the squad, really, with players playing across the world. They're a mix from playing in Japan and New Zealand, Australia, and of course as on Tonga as well. Hirayama has made the captain for the Sevens. Referee from New Zealand is James McPhail. Certainly Canada have lost some of their top talents for coach Geraint John, Tyler Aldrin and Jeffrey Hassler and Connor Traynor. So here we go then, looking for a place in the plate semi-final. And immediately breaking out, Tonga from their own 22. Little knock on, no advantage. Well, there's little Philip Mack, will-o'-the-wisp, one of the playmakers, number 7 there.
So quick around the bases, Philip Mack. They get a steady scrum here. It's going to create a 4-on-3 situation. Nathan Hirayama, very shallow from the scrum set.
Philip Mack then, very close, wasn't he? Hirayama, long pass out wide to Kieran Hearn. It's going to go into touch, though. Sometimes we've seen that. We did yesterday too, didn't we? You know, why actually risk that when the ball, you've got the man outside, you can kick back in, you know? Yeah,
it's a nothing play for mine. They're kicking behind. It's a wasted opportunity. It's all about possession, and it's just an easy turnover there. Duke is one of the best playmakers going around for Canada. They need ball in hand.
He's been outstanding this season, Sean Duke, and recovered because he cracked ribs early in the season. Pressure here, but a little knock on her. There's a little error. Yeah, annoying there was Harry Jones. Tonga very much physical, aren't they? They're in your face, aren't they?
Yeah, they have to be. They don't have the fitness, they don't have the speed on the outside, and use their physical stature to try and intimidate you.
They've done remarkably well, really, over the years. They were in the, they actually won the plate in 1997. Plate semi-final last time, and losing to Australia 1922. They've done really well. They haven't been on the World Series. Just 2 times this season in the Gold Coast and in Wellington. At shield level, so that was. But they've got all these new players coming in. 3 of them starting in their starting lineup here, out of the 6. Eddie Walker, the coach for this season for Tonga. He's been also coach for Fiji before. Back down by Kililatu. Toloke to Inavoi. Oh, good break. Good support there for Tonga, and a penalty here as well. Real pressure against Canada in this opening. And again, it's Tui Nauvai, one of the new players. He plays his rugby in Melbourne in Australia. Good work though, and away now with the chance for Canada. He's going to make it the whole way. Kieran Hearn. Good vision from Phil Mack to see him on the left side.
Well, we always knew Phil Mack was going to have a say on this result. Just the vision on the man. He gave him the pass. Just missed it, but Kieran Hearn, you see that he makes a decision to go the corner himself. The determination on his face. Look at that. There's no way he was going to be denied, and he opens the account for Canada.
One of the players who has played both Rugby World Cup at 15s and the 7s, last time in 2009. Well, there was all those years when nearly all Canada best players were in British Columbia. He comes from the Rock, Conception Bay in Newfoundland. And a great conversion as well. Good start for Canada. Will that go 10? No, it hasn't. So it's taken on by Kilafi Latu. Just got away to Hirayama. Here's Sean Duke again. Nice push off. He's got pace as well. He's going for the corner. One man to beat. Good tackle coming in from Takulua, but the support is there again with Kieran Hearn. Perfect start by Canada.
Some reward for some great support play by Kieran Hearn, but all the hard work done by Sean Duke. We just spoke about him keeping the ball in hand. And when he does, he can produce things like this. The left-hand fin, little in and away, again, strong enough to keep the ball alive. Great backing up there by Kieran Hearn.
Two of the stars of Canada the last few seasons. Sean Duke, based in Victoria, UVic Vikes. 12-0. Just a couple of minutes.
Kieran Hearn, not only a noted try scorer, got the first two in this match for Canada, but he's good at the kickoffs as well, gets it very high.
Good ball. Knocked back, but no one in support really. Picked up by Saya Palei. Perhaps chance here with Toloki. Good support. Taufa. Good position deep in the Canada half. Halafanoa. Very physical side. Flicked away by Michael Toloki. Takulua. Isn't it? Kilafi Latu then. Little mistake, I think. Advantage here for Canada. Could really be a great chance too.
Hold it here, right? Hold.
Ball somewhere.
Let's play here. Retreat.
Long period of play, and the Tongans are very tight. You can see three of their members on the ground. They take it quickly though. Last roll of the dice for the half.
Toloki again. Got one player down of the Tongan players. Chance here. Hirayama, was it forward? Just. So it will be half-time now, with Canada leading 12 points to 0. Nanya Gala there, who's been the captain throughout the season. This is coach Geraint John. And of course he had a little of a blow with the players, one injured and two going off to play in Wales for the Ospreys. And that only just decided at the beginning of June, and that rather took away some of his talents. So they've done pretty well, really. Of course, they were thrilled, well, in that great rivalry against the USA when they won yesterday 15-14. And there's Eddie Wonka.
Okay, fellas, let's lift this one up. And another thing that's been letting us down is our tackles. We are missing again all those vital tackles. We've got to stop them from going forward. We've got to put them on the ground. We've got to get the ball out, control it, and then play with it.
Eddie Wonka was very much involved with the Fiji side before Alafareti Nderi took over as the Fiji for this season.
You could hear the instructions from Eddie Wonga. You've got to make your tackles and put them on the ground, so it'll be interesting to see if they heed the concerns of the coach for Tonga. You know how they like the physical part of the game. Canadians, though, controlling it well, controlling the pace.
Well, I thought they did very well in a way with the big win over Uruguay, but the one against Wales, they really scared Wales. With that game went to 19 to Tonga and 28 to Wales. Wales, of course, the reigning Rugby World Cup sevens 4 years ago in 2009. And of course, the thought here is that Tonga haven't had any team together. Here's a chance now. Did it go forward just? Well, I thought Kilifi Alatu was going to get the opening try there for Tonga. Just went forward.
Well, it would have been a perfect start for Tonga. Bounce to the ball, just not going their way at the moment. Great tap back there from Alafanua.
It's unlucky. There he was, the man, the most experienced, and that's only 6 tournaments that he's been in. They haven't got the depth and experience. Once again, Phil Mack. Coming on the side entry.
Probably go to touch here. The Canadians just get out of their own territory. Their own discretion at the breakdown here. From Tonga, big contact.
Well, it's a real contrast of experience here with a player like Philip Mack, who's played 37 tournaments. And Sean Duke, 26, and Hirayama, 29, Kieran Hearn, 25. It's a real contrast here, whereas Tonga have only had the most experience of 2 players who've played in 6 tournaments. Nice break here, going from Hirayama. He's going to make it. The captain of Canada in this Rugby World Cup sevens, taking over from the role of Nanya Gala, and that really does put it pretty safely for them now. 17-0 already.
We've been waiting for Nathan Hirayama to take this tournament by the scruff of the neck, and he decides to on this occasion. Does a little goose step, and he has the pace to finish.
So the try and the conversion, Hirayama, 19-0 already. So at least 3 tries. Tonga behind. '25-year-old Nathan Hirayama started as a teenager for Canada. 2006, first played.
just spoke about the inexperience of Tonga and lack of
Is the mark wrong?
tournament time for some of these players. Just been able to stop and pull out there. His body balance is going towards the solo. It was a good tackle there by Harry Jones.
Hirayama into the hands now of Taylor Paris. Switches. Sean Duke tries to burrow underneath. Flicked away by Mack. Overlap surely here. Nanyak Dala goes in the corner. Yes, there's the try again.
They're just talking about whether Nanyak Dala was able to stay in. It looks like he has there. A great structure from the Canadians. They brought it to Sean Duke, spread out to the fence and took it to the line. Pretty weak effort there from the number 6 Latu, the captain for Tonga, Nanyak Dala over in the corner.
Well, he used to play for the Saskatoon Wild Oats, now the Castaway Wanderers in Victoria, and one of those players who's played in World Cup 15s as well as World Cup 7s. Been the captain through this season. Hirayama on the touchline. Oh, what a kick, tremendous. It's going beautifully now for Canada. 26-0, and someone's happy.
With that score too, the Canadians are able to rotate their bench and rest some players and look forward to the next game. It's all about conservation at this point in the tournament when you've got such a big lead.
Yeah, they just want to use up the time now. Safely into the plate semi-final guaranteed, which is better than they did last time 4 years ago, and they lost to Portugal in the plate quarterfinal. Tonga really being pressured here. Cross goes Harry Jones. No gaps coming here amongst the defence of Canada. Good option. Straight through. Oh, he's knocked it on. Taisi the goodie.
Oh, you're right though. Nigel was the correct option. Tonga had no sweeper. They had a man on the deck. Taylor Paris punches it through. He had a lot more time than I thought until the bounce of the ball. That's disappointing.
Good one for Taylor Paris there.
Here we are on the 5 guys.
5 metre scrummage. Taylor Paris, who's been cover quite often for Phil Mack during this season. Tuinavau. Tuipulotu. Good work by Tulua Takalua. Nailed into touch. Just the last half minute to go. Result certain.
He just skips on the outside of Nanyak Dala. Probably should have done a Taylor Paris and kicked it forward. He had no space, Tane Takalua.
10 metres, Fred. 10 metres, keep going.
From Nanyak Dala at the front.
Spanish Tonga.
Justin Douglas knock on. Advantage here. Well, perhaps a chance for Tonga to get a try anyway before they are knocked out in this plate quarterfinal. Tuipulotu again, still in play. Well, I'd have thought Canada would just put it into touch, as he does. Phil Mack. There we go. Well, impressive Canada there. Tonga, well, you see, they haven't had the the teamwork together. They've come together from different plates of continents around the world, really, and Canada safely through into the plate semi-final with a win of 26 points to 0. So midday here in Moscow, and we can go down, I think, and hear Seb Lozier with one of the success in the Canada team.
Well, Canada's Kieran Hearn, 2 tries there. Kieran, 3 wins from 4, and yet you're in the plate semi. What's the mood in the camp?
You know, the first loss was pretty disappointing. We never showed up. Credit to New Zealand, they came out strong, but we just looked deep within ourselves and said that we can't come out like that. So we just came out and just tried to put a good performance out. So far, it's so good. So we'll see how the next ones go.
Well, yeah, there are some strong teams in this plate draw. Scotland up next for you.
Yeah, we've played Scotland a few times, and every time we play them, it's a coin flip. So we just got to stick to our structures and play hard, and hopefully we'll come out on top.
Thanks, Kieran.
Cheers.